So this protocol is all about perspective, what you see as the golfer. Now you can see I have the toolbox, I have the grip end downrange, I have the cap end, obviously pointing away from the target. Now when I roll up a golf ball, I'm going to use the toolbox as an alignment aid just outside of my target line. But when I sit up here, I've got this interesting perspective. In fact, I think I'll bend it down a little bit more so that it is right between my eye line and the golf ball. Now here's the unique thing. A lot of people feel as though it's their job to take this golf club and line everything up in the bottom. And that's a problem in golf, because the reality is at address we are sort of lined up. The shaft is vertical, maybe forward leaning just a sliver. But as we change direction, the mass of this golf club is being whipped. It's a whip situation where my hands are passing this visual perspective and I'm hitting the golf ball while the club is in a state of catching up. I ask people, define follow through to me. And they say, oh, it's something up in here, that's my follow through. And I'll say, no, that's your finish. I said there's some distinct places coaches have talked about for years. Address position, very important. I call it P1. Impact position, P7. So a lot of stuff goes on from P1 to P7. And then what happens after impact? Impact's follow through. So after impact we get to follow through, meaning that this golf club, when I'm hitting a shot, my arms aren't straight. My arms are on the act of going to straight into a position that's well after the ball's gone. So the perspective of this, when I look down, I'm looking down the angle of this shaft. I'll even let it get a little more tilted so it just gets a little bit more in my eye line. That's perfect. So I'm looking down this vertical condition. What's beautiful here is I can see now, if I have lateral motion, I'm changing the relationship of what my eyes see. If I get ahead of the golf ball now, I can see myself slide ahead of the golf ball. So as I hit a shot, this is an awesome view to learn from. So as I go nice and slowly, I've got that perspective, my visual perspective anchored. I'm going to hit a shot. And I'm trying to anchor that perspective. Now, naturally, I'm going to keep my eyes on the golf ball. But when the ball's gone, I'm going to let my head release and follow the flight of the ball. There's maybe just a millisecond of time where I don't see the flight of the golf ball. So in this condition, I'm looking at this perspective. My eyes are looking through the stick. I can see if I have the shaft way back. I can see if I have the shaft too far forward. And then best of all, I can kind of manage my levels. Set to the ball, take a look, managing perspective, hitting a shot. So there's a nice crisp shot. And when you do this, you'll start to feel this 3D relationship of actually understanding how to move in space, whether you're getting ahead of the ball, moving behind the ball too much, what's happening. And this change of what's visually in your field of view will help you tremendously. So I'm going to hit one more shot. And again, if you take divots outside, just give the toolbox a little bump so you can move back from the divot, set the ball in place, take a look at your visual perspective. You've got your target line, you've got your shaft line. You can set your shaft a sliver forward of your vertical. Let's take a look. I've got anchored perspective. Let's hit a little shot. Now in the backswing, I don't want to create a big change in my perspective. And the downswing, I don't want to create a big change in my perspective. So let's hit one more shot. And there's a crisp shot. So anchor your perspective, you're going to have a lot more success.